My name is Paul Reynolds and I'm the manager of Heart Wildlife Rescue. I specialise in a wide variety of species from primates all the way down to pigeons, and I've been doing this now for about 9-10 years. The best part of the job for me, of course, as it is for many other people that work in this sector, is the actual rescuing of wildlife, taking them from a very poor situation and then being able to make them better and let them go and watch them fly off or run off back into the wild where they belong. The worst part of this job, I guess, comes down to seeing animals suffer. You see an awful lot of suffering when you work in this sector. Animals in very poor condition or animals that are horrifically injured. And that's something that you have to become very familiar with and how to deal with in order to keep yourself from getting too overwhelmed by it all. Throughout the admissions at Heart vary, so at some times of year you'll have lots of young birds and ducklings, and there is a specific season for them, much like there is a season for fox cubs and there is a season for the hedgehogs coming in. Now of course these animals can come in at any time throughout the year, but you will get these key times of year where you get lots of them. Hedgehogs are our most common mammal admission. But then birds, particularly things like pigeons and blackbirds and blue tits, are probably the most common ones we get the rest of the year. For all the wildlife here at Heart, we obviously have a daily routine. As a wildlife centre, there is a routine that we follow. If we take the hedgehogs as an example, at the start of the day they get all their boxes cleaned out. So hedgehogs are very messy and they're very smelly as well, so we clean out all their boxes, replace all their bedding, give them fresh food and water. While this is going on, we take the opportunity to perform a health check on the hedgehog, and that health check involves weighing them, which is done daily so we can monitor how well they're putting on weight, or indeed for the more overweight hedgehogs, how well they're losing weight. We then do a skin check, so we look at the skin, we're monitoring it for flakiness and for crusting or any injuries or anything like that. And we're also listening out for any issues with their breathing. Does the hedgehog sound very chesty or is it coughing? These are often clues to a parasite issue. And we're just having a good look at the hedgehog in general and making sure that they're as healthy as they can be. The skin of a hedgehog gives us a lot of indications of their overall health. It's not uncommon for hedgehogs in captivity to end up with dry skin. We do see that a lot, but if it starts to become overly flaky or crusty, or we start to notice a loss of spines or hair, or a reddening of the skin, or a crusting on the nose or the ears, these are all things that are indicative of issues with the hedgehog from a health perspective. Sometimes because they're immunocompressed, sometimes it's the stress of captivity, other times they're infected with ringworm or mange, and these are all things that we need to monitor with hedgehogs, and they are common problems for them. There are a variety of reasons why hedgehogs in particular are admitted to the wildlife hospital here. Hit by cars, attacked by dogs, they're pretty common. Of course, many hedgehogs come in just presenting unwell, and by unwell we mean they have high parasite loads, both internal and external, and this often makes them quite slow moving, it makes them unhealthy, they start to lose weight, and people find them in a sort of very subdued state. When you work with the hedgehogs every day here, you do start to notice that all of the individuals have different behaviours. They respond in different ways to different stimuli. So there are some hedgehogs that are very boisterous, and some are aggressive, some are very friendly and tame. Others will coil up in a ball at just the sight of you. So they've all got different sort of ways of behaving. There are some hedgehogs that like to try and run off the table or knock things off the table. Some of them will just sit nicely in the bowl to be weighed. So they all have very different behaviours and they all react very differently to different things. Would I say they have different personalities? Probably not quite, but they are certainly very individual in their behaviours. So we are always on duty, and it's something that I think everybody that works in this sector takes very seriously. It's the nature of the work, and we all give our lives to it. It's just what you do when you sign up to work in wildlife rescue.